Hello everybody, White Dragon King here. I'm starting a new series, World of Tanks Underdogs. Here to show you the new German medium tank, the VK30.02M. The reason I want to do this tank is because I wanted to show you guys underdog tanks that I feel that need a bit more attention, give you good advice on how to use these things effectively, and because sometimes you can enjoy even a bad tank as long as you know how to get the best out of it. As you can see here, the VK3012M does not have much hull armor at all, only 60 in the front, and a little bit respectable 100mm turret armor. It is average speed for its tier with decent engine power and okay weight ratio, and pretty average hit points. I do find that the turret armor is actually pretty good because of its mantle, which is fairly highly sloped, and so you might expect some shots out of that, but I've seen a lot of people aim for the turret hatch, commander's hatch, quite a lot. It is relatively big when it pokes its head out. The hull of this tank is one of its major downfalls. It is pretty much a big wooden box, so even pretty low tiers can pen even the sides, the rear, and I would not count on getting protection from the front. You can maybe steep angle it like this, so that way it has a high chance of just bouncing there and then going to the left or to the right, depending on the high angle. But you have to be careful because you can easily expose your side armor to that. But I would not count on any protection from the frontal armor. You should more rely on the turret for that. It has a 75mm gun that does actually pretty average penetration and actually really low damage, as you'll see. However, it does have 14.29 rounds per minute, so it is pretty much a fast-firing sniper rifle. As you can see, its aiming time is pretty short, its accuracy is actually pretty good, and I have had a lot of fun with this tank. Equipment that I recommend to use with this VK3012M is to use the a nice gun rammer with also camo and binoculars, because I feel like this tank has really high accuracy, and you'll see it in the video replay I'll show up. It is very capable of hitting its targets. It's very hard to actually miss with it when it's 100% crew. However, there's a reason why it has fast firing, is that because of its relatively low damage. Even for high explosives, it's pretty low. It is, although in my opinion, it is a very enjoyable tank. I got it from the VK301H, which I'll review some other time. And here's the, but I think it is a very nice tank for its tier. Let's see here. So yeah, it's pretty average with all the other mediums for the German line. Its main disadvantages would be probably against heavy tanks with big caliber guns, but it can pretty much outfire most tanks. Hello guys, and welcome to Al Haloof. This is one of my games that I've done with the VK30.02M. As you see, I'll show you some of its most likely basically the best scenario you're gonna get with this medium tank. As you can see, the ELC is trying to make up the ridge line, and I'm in my position covering him. With the set of binoculars that I have and the camo net, this tank is really good at spotting from long distance and actually does a pretty good job as a passive scout if need be. And there we go. T-34-85 showed up. I see that my ELC is in trouble, and thanks to the very fast firing rate and really good accuracy, I'm able to shoot him from very long distance. Look at that. Most tanks would be very jealous to have that much of percent accuracy onto the target in front from that range. And we were able to finish him out. Now, thanks to me killing the ELC, ELC can spot the Hellcat. And there we go. Someone was able to hit him thanks to the ELC spotting, and then the ELC quickly finishes off the Hellcat. So yeah, saving tanks' lives really helps in the end. Alright, so I'm moving up on the line, see if I can get more tanks spotted with my binoculars and help out the two tanks down there. SU and the KV-1 spotted. SU tries to poke out a bit. I take a guess shot just for good luck. But because of my good accuracy, I can really put those shots in a very small circle. So guess shotting is actually really good for this tank with its high rate of fire. There comes the Sherman. I have no idea what he's planning to do. Maybe spot for his team. I have no idea. And thanks to my fast reaction and good accuracy, a nice sweet shot on the side. So yeah, all the tanks that I could possibly hit probably on this side was taken out. I wanted to really help the north side, but because they had a lot of tanks pushing on that side and we only had kind of three tanks supporting that side. So I decided to do something crazy, and that is to cross the gorge to see if I can get some shots in their weak side behind them. Now I noticed the KV-1 is there, however I pretty much ignored him because he has very bad gun depression and he would have to expose a lot of himself in order to hit me. So I pretty much ignored him. As you can see, we gave him like 3 shots in such a very, very short time. He quickly panicked and turned his hull around. Now, I was trying to fight back, but he left his side armor a little too far exposed, but I panicked and I used a few of my gold rounds. It's only good to use gold rounds if you're facing usually heavy tanks with good armor, because this tank cannot really pen frontal armor. So I can see that KV-1S has already defeated those two tanks on the ridge, so I decided to try to meet them from behind to get a good flanking shot on them, because this tank really benefits from the rear. Now I thought I can surprise them right here, but unfortunately they kinda did a surprising disappearing act. They somehow got to between A5 and A6, and for some reason they sort of just disappeared. I was kind of panicking a little bit because, you know, I did not know at the time the health of the KV-1S, and I really wanted to take him out because he was the highest threat. So I just, like, I thought he was still back on the hill, so I just sort of just waited for him to be spotted. And there you go. Only 12 hit points left. Enough for my team to take him out. But just to be safe, I tagged along just in case. So yeah, they took him out. VK took him out, and the leopard kind of got scared, ran away, and thanks to a very fast reaction time and aiming time, you can see he was taken out. There's no way he could run from a very accurate, very good firing rate tank. This tank is actually also very impressively good firing on the move, as you'll see later on. Now, this VK got me a little trouble. Its frontal armor is actually relatively thick, and my gun does not pen that very well. Now you're going to see a good example of shooting a tank on the side. Shooting a heavy tank in the front is never a good idea with this tank, but shooting side shots can get you a lot of damage and can get you that kill. It has a really good high rate of fire and accuracy, and it really devastates tanks on their sides with their weak armor, as you can see. So, just about to win this battle. I accidentally turned my tank a little bit too much and broke my track. No problem. And now it's time to hunt for Artie. At this point, I did want to get the top gun for this tank. Thought it would be really cool to have. Unfortunately, I do know that I have two Arties that also want the kill, so it was a race to get the kill. And thankfully, my speed was relatively good, and I was able to get over the ridge faster than any other tank. This I find very funny. This Artie obviously has been doing very well. He had 4 kills. Even though his team was relatively really bad. So I went to a common place where he goes, and look at that, he missed. Right along the left side of my tank. I took 2 shots into him. One, I believe that one took out his gun temporarily. So I was quickly trying to get to him. I know the Arties want to get that nice sweet target, but I was like, come on, I got full health, I can take an Artie hit. I wanted to get top gun for this tank, and so I quickly got up to the ridge line as fast as I can, and there you go. great rate of fire on the move. And that got me Top Gun. And there you go, guys. Battle. Pretty good income, though I think that's because of I think that was actually a special. But as you can see, to the fast firing rate, I was able to cut down their tank with fire. As you can see, I did the most amount of damage for my tank. Yeah, they did not have a pretty good team. As you can see, actually both teams pretty low, but I think theirs was a lot lower. Their Hellcats, Sherman, T1s, and Leopard didn't really do anything to help them. However, I still was able to control the situation because it is still possible that they could have probably won. Our tanks were pretty weak. They haven't really done too much damage, and if I didn't come along, the battle could have been different. So, 6 out of 29. That's alright. I was able to make some good credits with it without premium. It's at any tank size. So thank you guys for watching this. If you want more, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll work more on this. Thank you. Have a good day.